Hey y'all, hey, it's another episode of Bonafide Her Podcast featuring the one and only
Hey.
Miss Brittany Davis.
Woo!
Woo!
Make some
How you doing
noise.
Yes. Make a noise.
Yes, love the energy.
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
You know, we blessed to be alive another day, another dollar. You know, I'm
Amen.
just here. We here, we
Hey.
live. So let's get it started. So, Miss Brittany, can you tell us your sports story to how you got to where you are?
So I was a competitive cheerleader from the time I was probably five, as young as I can remember, like 5 or 6, up until I just couldn't do it anymore. That was a long time ago. But I did that for a long time. And then, so being in the gym and working out and athletics has kind of always been something that I have enjoyed. So I've also been a gym girly for consistently now, like 4 or 5 years, but it's been on and off ever since I stopped cheering. It's just been a great thing for mental health. And also, I want to be healthy and I want to look good. So I stay in it pretty much.
Girl, and first of all, slay all day because I'm like, dang, like she be in the gym. First of all, shout out to you and your best friend, Miss Whitney,
Fit
fit
with
with
wit.
Wit, Protein
Fit
Princess.
with wit.
Hello.
That's my girl, man. That is my girl. Check her out if you haven't. Best female trainer. Now, I'm gonna say hands down, best trainer in Winston, my opinion. But best, great community, great gym, everything. She knows what she's doing. Meal preps, everything, everything she knows about it.
Man, because I was like, dang, like it looks so fun. Because I was like, I'm trying to join. I want to be in those type of like community, like a gym community like that, where I could feel free, but like I know I got whatever back there, but I still want to have fun. Just
Oh,
be
girl, that's
lit.
all that it is. That's all that it is. It's such a she's done such a good job at creating such a safe space for all different types of women. It is come as you are. It is go at your pace, but she is going to push you, and that's what she's there for. And she does such a good job. It's more than just a gym. It's a community that she creates, and she's big in faith. She's big in fitness. She does outings. She does servings. She does, I mean, any and everything. She's just one of those people that we started off as friends and now she is my sister in Christ and family to me, but she's not just a trainer and she makes you comfortable. So I definitely hope that when you get down here you can come and check out a class, because once you come, yeah, it's crazy, it's hot, it's hard, but at the end of it you have such a good time because you felt safe where you were at because all the women are so welcoming, but you just got your butt kicked too for like an hour. But it was well worth it. She knows what she's doing, her transformations from weight gaining clients to weight losing. I mean, body recomp, any and everything, she can do it. So I hope you can get in there with us because you will love it. You'll love it.
I'm here for it. And this leads to my question, what would you say from your experience, from your expertise, what would you say are some of the misconceptions of both the competition of cheerleading and also like the fitness lifestyle?
Well, as far as cheerleading goes, people that say it's not a sport is absolutely insane. The amount of strength and stamina and everything that you have to do, especially when it comes to competitive cheerleading. I mean, I was training 3 or 4 times a week for 3.5 hours, hard training. It's not easy. It also creates that sense of sisterhood as well because you travel so much. You're with them so much throughout the week and just growing up that it's definitely more than just throwing on a cute outfit and getting out there. And I feel like cheerleading has came a long way since I was in it, which I'm thankful for. But it's a lot harder than what people would think and people give it credit for, and scary. And the amount of uh, chance that there is of getting injured. I dislocated my shoulder twice. I was, a bunch of different things just from, how the sport is. it's definitely a lot. It's not what people see on TV all the time in these movies and things like that. Um, and then fitness misconceptions. I think the biggest one is if you lift heavy weights, you're gonna get bulky. And like, because people will message me sometimes, and I'm all for people feeling like I'm a safe space to ask questions. I don't know everything, and if I don't know you, I don't know the answer, I'm gonna tell you that. But I also have been doing this for a long time, so I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And you're not gonna get bulky just from lifting heavy weights. Unless you are training like a bodybuilder, you're not going to look like that, because a lot of us honestly don't have the discipline when it comes to eating to look like that. So I think that you should definitely get in there and go as hard as you can. Um, don't it doesn't take these crazy workouts that we see all over social media, because fitness is so saturated on social media that I feel like people feel like they got to go out here and do, shoulder presses into leg stuff. And it's just insane. The basics work. The basics work. You pick you out a routine, 3 or 4 days in the gym. You pick out, what days you want to do, what movements you want to hit, what body parts you're going to hit that day. And you just stick to a plan. Progressive overload will get you the results that you want. But you are not going to get those results unless you eat right. Period. You can work out all day, but if your diet and stuff is not what it needs to be, it's not going to work. So I think a lot of things kind of hinder people from what they see on social media, and that's all that they see. So I always tell people when they are getting involved in fitness or coming back to fitness, find someone that you trust, that you want to look like, or that you have physically seen their transformation. Like with Whitney, I have literally seen her go from a weight gain to a weight loss to being pregnant and working out. She's hit every stage herself and she's done it. So I trust in what she's saying. So find someone that you can trust in, and don't just get on the internet and start doing everything and thinking that you're going to look like, because genetics plays a big role in how your body is going to look in general as well. So that's what I feel about the misconception as far as fitness is concerned.
For sure. Plus, like I said, I love the friendship, the sisterhood that you and Whitney had, and it was like interesting because I was like, it was like, oh my gosh, and like, because I remember I was like, I watched your live, and next thing I know, like I was like communicating. Next thing I know, Whitney followed me. I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
I love that.
And I love the women supporting women environment, because it's like, please, I love this, because it's
She's
like,
huge on that.
because we need a lot more of it, because
Absolutely.
because I've never understood like the whole like you got to compete against another person to like, it's like we already do that with ourselves. We already competing against ourselves. Why do we have to compete against somebody else? Like,
Exactly. Women are always tend to look at as us being the underdogs, and I think the society is definitely changing. I think the norms are changing in a great way towards women being equals and things like that. So I think that it's a lot more of a women supporting women movement out there. And that's the type of women that I want to be around. I don't want to be around the mean girls. I want to be around the girls, because if we aren't going to lift each other up, then who else is going to do it? We already have enough struggles as women that we go through on a day-to-day basis. We need to be around love, and we need to be around people who lead with love, and we need to have those safe spaces and those safe rooms that we know that these people genuinely care about us. And I think every time I talk about Whitney in the red room and things like that, like, yes, she's a great trainer, and I don't want to take away from that, but it's so much more than that with her. The community, like I said, and I will always go back to that she has built. She's been a trainer for 10 years. Like, she's been doing this for a while. But she focuses only on women, and that has always been her thing, is just to bring women together. And I feel like we need more of that. We need more safe spaces for women to go and work out and to feel comfortable in whatever they're wearing, whatever their body looks like, and in a body positive place. And that's exactly what it is in Whitney's.
Shout out to Whitney. Shout out to Miss Brittany.
Whitney. No.
Whitney, if you see this, you need to come on my podcast. I did ask you before, but
I'll definitely put that bug in her ear too. I will definitely put that bug. She's trying to step into spaces she normally wouldn't step into, because, and I'm trying to be, the supporter of that, and like really push her to get uncomfortable a little bit. And she's been doing great at it. The growth that I have seen in this woman in the past almost 3 years that I've known her has, me and her, it's something we always talk about, because it's like, girl, we were completely different women when we met compared to just the conversations that we have now, the things that interest us, our faith in God, our talks about God, our walk with God. It's just been great to really have that strong support system as someone who doesn't judge you. It's a safe space to talk about whatever. You don't have to worry about nobody else finding out, and she understands. There's no judgment or anything like that. So she's an amazing person. I brag on her all the time. I probably talk about her too much, but I can't say enough good things about her.
we here for it. So,
Yeah.
and it leads to my question. You are big in your faith and fitness, and I feel like they coexist in ways with one another. For you, how do you balance your faith and fitness all at the same time?
So honestly, when you start coming to God, it's not about changing for, like, God doesn't want you to come and be perfect. The closer you get to God, the more you want to change. The more you see the same things that used to entertain you, they sort of become empty. The more you notice you're being more modest in what you're showing, what you're wearing, the music you're listening to, things like that. So I think with me and fitness, I have a mindset now of, I get to, not I have to. Like, I have to go to the gym. I have to go work out. And I think just that mindset alone changes how you feel and how hard you go in the gym, because there's people out here that can't walk, can't get up and move by themselves, would kill for one day just to be able to go to a gym and lift a heavy weight, to be sore. So it's such a blessing. And I think that me getting, excuse me, closer to a relationship with God has just really showed me how blessed I am to be able to go to the gym every day, to be able to be sore, to be able to lift a heavy weight, to do a lunge, to walk by myself, and all of that. So the gratitude that I have through my walk with God, as far as even being able to work out, has just changed miraculously from the first time that I started working out. I used to really kind of feel like I had to, post for social media, try looking to, for some type of, I don't want to say recognition, but sometimes we want that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, gratification from other people to know, like, oh, we look good, or oh yeah, you can see the gains and things like that. Now, if I post a picture, I'm really posting for women to know that, like, be confident in your body however you look, because we are all gorgeous and we are created beautifully by the creator who has created everyone. God made us special, and we shouldn't want to look like anyone else, dress like anyone else, because we are all specifically made by him. And what a blessing that is, to know that there's only one of me, one of you, one of anyone that's listening to this. It's just a beautiful thing. So don't worry about what people are going to say. People are going to talk about it anyways. No matter what you do, somebody's going to have something to say, and it doesn't matter. As long as you can look at yourself in the mirror every day and be happy with who you are, and appreciate who you are, and love who you are, that's all that matters. And you will be so much happier once you stop living for other people and start living for yourselves. That need for other people to like you and love what you're doing just won't hit the same anymore. So if I do post a picture of myself now, like, I try to be more modest with what I'm posting, but I also do want to show, I've worked hard. I started at 103 pounds when I started working out, and now I'm anywhere between 124 to 128, depending on the week. But it's it's an accomplishment for me. So I want to post about it, but I'm also careful of what I'm posting as well.
For sure. Like, Cause I was like, dang, I was like, she looked fabulous. And like I said, I'm a woman. I'm a support all the women. Period. Because hey, we we women will look gorgeous both on and off the court, on and off the
Mm-hmm.
gym.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I mean, I worked out earlier, and sometimes I be posting like after workout, post
Yeah,
workout moments on my TikTok, just because I was like, I'm gonna have fun with it. You
absolutely.
know, I'm gonna have fun with it because at the same time, that's what I do. But
Absolutely.
I think one of the biggest things that, ooh, you probably see this, you probably experience, is there are some folks like that will troll. There are some folks that will DM crazy messages and like, I'm like, I ain't got the time for this. I posted because I wanted a, I can be funny and have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
B, I worked hard and I still work hard. Y'all not gonna steal my. It's like y'all. It's like that mindset. Y'all not gonna dim my light just
Yep.
because, you know. But
My best friend, my one of my friends, we have that conversation all the time because I would tell him, when I would post some of the pictures and videos and stuff, I would like show him some of the DMs that I'm getting. And I'm like, I don't, being lusted after is such like a turn off for me. And the crazy comments that I feel like some people feel like they can say just because you post a picture in the gym or whatever like that, it makes me not want to do it because I don't want that type of attention. And he used to always tell me, Brittany, you can't help that though. You cannot control what someone else says to you. You can't control what anyone else does. As long as you know at the end of the day, the reason why you're posting it and who you're posting it for, that's all that matters. Don't let someone else take away what you're doing that might help somebody else because they can't grow up or they feel okay to say whatever. Just block them and move on. And ever since I've kind of like thought about it like that, I'm like, you're right. I really can't control what anyone else says to me about anything else. All I can control is what I do about it. So that's what I focus on more than the crazy DMs that I get.
there, I feel you on the being lusted over, especially as a hooper, like the whole like, I'll play one on one for your heart. Like, get up, don't do
Yeah.
it. Like, y'all not gonna ruin a movie because
Right.
don't ruin this y'all. Like, the amount of like things like, I'll play you one on one for your heart. Oh, I'll let you post me up. Like, the to me it's like, I don't understand that logic,
Yeah,
but I don't want to understand it. But
that part.
at the same time, A, I'm probably gonna laugh at the DM in my mind. B, I'm most likely gonna end up not reading it, but then also erase it or maybe block you real quickly because
Hmm.
it's too many things. Like I ain't got time. Like ain't, I'm not letting the enemy come in my life like this.
Hello.
Like there's
Hello.
and especially I was gonna say I was gonna say there's a conversation a lot of people ain't ready for, and that is the Proverbs 31 Ephesians 5 man.
Hello.
I love here's the thing that I love, and
Hello.
I love when folks say, I love when some guys would say, oh, I want a Proverbs 31 woman. Like, really? Because
But
are you working yourself to be an Ephesians 5 man? Because you cannot say you want a Proverbs 31 woman because so you could say, oh, I got me one, but you
tell
don't
them.
work yourself as as an Ephesians 5 man.
You got to, a man, if a man wants a Proverbs 31 woman, he has to be able to lead like a man of God. He has to be the Ephesians 5 man. You are not going to get a Proverbs 31 woman if you are not a leader. And a lot of people think that they are and they're not. And then they wonder why a woman's not submissive to them or why a woman is being too independent, too masculine. It's because you don't have a safe space for her to be there. Baby, if you can't pray for me and you can't talk to God about me and we can't talk to God for each other to know what we are supposed to be doing, we're gonna have so many issues in our relationship that it's just not even, so you can't come to me and tell me you want something if you can't offer me that same thing.
Hello. It's to me it's just funny because how some people. So I was literally saying like some people will say like they want a Proverbs 31 woman. Like I feel like they try to use it as pickup line and stuff. Like, you're not gonna play the
Have you
word.
even? It's like, have you even read what a Proverbs 31 woman is?
They
Like,
they don't know. They don't know. Like, they don't like. It's like, if you read the whole Proverbs 31 woman, like the whole
mm,
thing, not in, it's more than just 10 through 31. You
hello.
look it up from 1 through 10. I mean, 1 through 9. But some people, like I said, some people ain't ready for that conversation.
It's
Just
not.
like say, it's like, bruh, but folks ain't ready for that conversation. But
Yeah,
we
for a
are
later day. For a later day.
for real. So my question for you is, first of all, can we shout you out for the juices? Shout out to Miss Brittany for the good
Thank
garden
you.
juices, because
Yes.
something. Health is wealth. And them juices that I tried at the League SC she had was chef's
Thank,
kiss.
thank
This
you.
is,
Thank you.
I'm gonna let y'all, and I'm gonna put y'all on. Let me put y'all on. You in the Winston area?
Yes.
This is the juice lady. She can
Mm-hmm.
get y'all right. Health is
Mm-hmm.
wealth. So
Surrounding areas too. I travel if it's worth it. We can work something out.
I would like some stock in some. I will make sure I would like some in my refrige,
Got
and
you.
I will make sure. I best believe I'm gonna make sure to post some content with it. Shout
Mm-hmm.
you out.
We back in February. We back in February. We took a little break because of the holidays and the weather and everything like that, but we back in February, and we really back when the season warms up. So I'll definitely be back on it hard. So I'm excited.
And it leads me to my question. You have been around the basketball community for a very long time, especially in Winston, and also with the Good Garden. What's it like for you to be, very respected in the basketball community as well as with your business?
Um, well, the basketball community to me, I feel like is just so welcoming too. It's like it feels like once you get in, you start meeting people. It shows you how small the world is, but it's almost like a family thing, and there's so many opportunities behind it. Um, and because I'm in fitness and things like that, I definitely think that health is wealth, and in working out and recovery and what you're fueling your body with is just as important as how hard you're working out. So um, I to even start the Good Garden, I literally one of my good friends who actually plays professional basketball, he was juicing. And he was telling me about all the benefits and things like that. And he was like, Brittany, I think you should try it. It's really good. So I would try some of his recipes, and I started messing around with the stuff. And then I started posting it on social media, and people were like, hitting me up. Oh, Brittany, I'll buy that. Like, if you sell that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, whatever. People will talk your head off about something, but when it comes down to actually supporting, it's a little different. So, I prayed about it, and I was like, I don't know. And then me and Whitney kept talking about it, and I let her try. She was like my taste tester of stuff. So, because I know she'll tell me the truth. I can't go to a yes man. Whitney gonna tell me like, no, this isn't good. And because she's so into health, she knows what's good for your body. She is writes diet plans and all of that thing. So I trust her opinion on what she's telling me. So um I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna launch one weekend and just see what happens. And so I posted it, and within my first weekend, I think I sold around like 200 and something bottles the first just on a whim of me just posting it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I knew that I wanted to do something faith-based. And so I was like sitting there thinking of names. I was like, what can I do? And I was like, the Good Garden, because everything that I have, it's natural fresh juices with fruits and vegetables, and that's it. There's no additives in this. I was like, well, it comes from the earth, so God created it. So the Good Garden, and I try to the names, I try to keep it, faith based as well. And so when I was doing my juices, me and one of my friends, Jazz, who is actually, she is the Team Her basketball coach. She coaches a basketball team of girls. She was like telling me, you should, think of something as far as for children, because children don't like, not children, but like younger people really don't like vegetables and stuff like that. So she was like, you should think of one for like hydration and stuff like that. That's mixing in vegetable stuff maybe they don't drink. So that's how I came up with the Wellspring water, where it's a hydration focused drink. Um, because it has natural electrolytes and natural water in it from the fruits and stuff. So I always try to push that. And, shout out to Tone at the Wolfpack, who has been wanting me to push. Shout out to the league who has let me come and set up. Appreciate you. Shout out to Steve. I appreciate everybody that has supported me and has trusted me with my product to come into your gym and sell it. I appreciate to all the players that reach out. I appreciate to every single person that has bought from me. People send me recipes and things they want to see me do. So I'm excited. I'll be expanding this year with some new flavors, I will be in some different places that I haven't been before. But I try to look at what do athletes need, after a game. What is it that we need besides like these sugary drinks from Gatorade and stuff like that, but just an actual fresh juice that not only is going to be good for our body, but it's going to taste good. Because something that I ran into when I was doing research as far as juices, a lot of the juices that I was trying, because I'm picky about vegetables, they tasted really earthy to me. And they had like, I call them like particles from where they just didn't seem like they were juiced well enough. So one thing that I aimed to do was to make sure that if I'm putting ginger in it, or if I'm putting beets in it, or if I'm putting spinach in it, or something that somebody doesn't like, you're not going to be able to taste that stuff in it. You are going to taste the watermelon or the pineapple or the green apples. So it's good for you, but it tastes good as well. I want to keep my price point low because I don't believe in charging an arm and a leg for things that are supposed to be healthy for us. I think that the government and everybody does that enough. So when I thought about my product, I just really wanted to um, gear myself more towards the athletic community, because we need better choices of fresh juices for ourselves and things that can hydrate us and that are good for our muscles and recovery outside of the Gatorades and like all of the other stuff that we would drink. So it's been great though. I'm super appreciative of the spaces that I've been allowed in and the people that message me about, wanting to try them and everything. So this will be my first like full season where I'm doing it this year, because I started so late last year. I only had a couple of months. So we'll be able to go, all in this year. So I'm super excited to see where we'll go from there.
Yes, because ma'am, when I tell you them juices was good, when I tried to,
Thank you. Thank you.
I was like, health is wealth, because I was like, um, and I'm a day. I look, I
I
would
got
like I said, I would love for you to sponsor this podcast, and I would love to be a sponsor for you.
I got you. We'll definitely talk about that. Set something up. I'm down for that. We can definitely women and women. I'm here to
Period.
support. So I'm down.
Period. So this leads to my question. When it comes to representation in sports, especially for women's sports, how important is representation?
I think that women need all the representation that we can get. I think that women athletes are so looked over, which is insane, because the amount of athleticism and grace that we show as well as athletes should really be studied. I don't think that I'm so glad to see that women's sports is getting more um, watch now, and people are watching the games, especially like with the WNBA and things like that, regardless if it's certain players or whatever the reason, what it is that they're watching, but they are starting to get attention. I think that they deserve to be paid more. I don't think that it's fair that women aren't paid like men are, because they're doing the same thing that a man is doing. So why is the pay different? It shouldn't be like that. It should be even. So I think that women in sports is huge. I'm so happy to see that people are watching and attending women's sports. I think we have a ways to go, but to see that it is improving is a great sign, because I feel like in 5 to 10 years from now, it's going to be even bigger than what it is now. And I think that women in sports deserve a platform for all the hard work that nobody sees behind the scenes that they have to put in to even be looked at as half as good as a man. Not taking any away from a thing away from the men before, y'all hop in my DMs, but I do feel like women just have to go harder for some reason, and I wish that would change, and I'm just glad to see improvement on it. I'm glad to see that a lot of my friends that play in the sports, they're so supportive of women in sports, not just basketball, but any sport. But basketball, especially, I think that we just need that. Who doesn't want to go to a women's game? Who doesn't want to watch women play? Like, they're exciting. I'm glad that people are starting to tune in and see that now. So I'm excited to see where it's going to go from here. I'm just glad that it has gotten better.
For sure. And plus, I will say that I would love to brag. I love to brag about this. Why, women hoopers be legit and lit. You try coming back from giving birth to a child and try playing, coming back and actually playing and say win six player of the year or comeback player of the year. Like I always like, I love.
Training in general after having a child, after your body goes through something like that, just training in general to get to that peak performance. Men don't have to, and just with the hormonal changes and the body changes and everything that a woman goes through, it's so much harder for a woman to maintain athleticism and being able to play and stamina and endurance, all of that. So, and then you throw having a baby on top of that. Yeah,
I'm like, we are strong, period.
exactly. Yes, we
Like,
are.
I mean, and not to mention a lot of them have to juggle motherhood and playing, I mean, seeing that, I was like, man, like, and it was crazy because I literally like shout out to the people that I've played against, yet the league against, like seeing, like I saw like a player, just became recently a mother, but the shape she got back in, and I'm like, kudos to you because
Mhm.
oh,
And it's
like
not easy.
still look
It's hard.
great, everything.
Hmm. Yep.
I mean, like I just, like I said, like I just love it. I think you hit it on the nail. We need to be paid more already. Period. I think you know with the WNBA is this close to be having a lockout season because people can't. It's
Hmm.
like we just brought you like they giving y'all the biggest stars, the biggest
Hello.
faces, but y'all not willing to pay like the
What
same.
they're working crazy.
But you know, you know what though? Some folks ain't ready for that conversation, and it's
They
like,
not.
but another thing too is they've given more. What they've given us is more leagues to watch, like
Hmm.
Unrivaled, which is 3-on-3 women's basketball, and
Hmm.
they've given more opportunity for female hoopers than say the WNBA. They given more. The fact that they've given more opportunities, like where they can hit, hey, if you have a child, we got you, child care, everything taken care of.
Yep.
Like I am here for this.
I'm definitely here for that.
So, and this leads to my question too. Like I always say that athletes are humans first. For you, as a woman, as a athlete and a fitness person, how important is mental health to you?
Super important. I'm a big advocate of mental health and checking in on people and realizing that it is okay not to be okay. I went through a very, very, very dark time. I recently opened up about it on my birthday a little bit, on my story on Instagram. Didn't say too much, but um, mental health is so real, especially nowadays. When people go through things, I think that people try to hide it because they either don't want to burden people or they don't want people to look at them as weak or sad, or you don't want people to change how they are towards you. But that's why it's just so important to one, have a relationship with God, and two, to have supportive, true friends around you. um I think that it makes you such a strong person to say that you're not okay, because it's easy to just everybody, when you ask, like when you see someone, we did it today when we got on, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Oh, I'm good. It's just so easy for somebody to say I'm good. But one of the things that I try to do is I really try to just be such a one of the best compliments I think that I get told is how safe that I make people feel and how understanding that I am and how non-judgmental that I am, because I remember when I went through my depression, and I went through depression for probably like a good 6 years, where I had functional depression, meaning like, because there's a difference between depression and functional depression, and I had functional depression to where you wouldn't even know that something was wrong with me. But when I got home, like I'm crying, no one to talk to, went through the worst time in my life. It was bad, and I plan on getting more into my testimony when God tells me to share those things. But I think that mental health is so big just because of every social media is such a big thing right now. And I think that sometimes people can get lost in what they don't have and forget what we do have, and the need to feel that they have to live up to something and things like that. And you don't. And I just really hope that everyone out there has that safe group that they can call on. And they know that if you don't got anybody, you have God. And even though you feel like He is not listening to you, He is. And it's so important to be strong in your faith when it comes to that. Um, the gym is that my mental health was what got me in the gym like I am now. And it's one of those things that I won't sacrifice. I've had many people tell me, especially like if I'm talking to someone or I'm getting to know someone to see like, are we going to be friends or are we going to be dating or what are we doing? Um, and they'll want me to skip a workout to come hang out, and I'll tell them no, and they don't understand that. But I'm like, you knew me before, because you wouldn't have been talking to me now if you didn't. So by now you pretty much know my schedule, and I tell you how important the gym is to me. So I think that finding something that you enjoy and keeping that in your routine is also good for you, whatever it may be, whether it be the gym, whether it be reading, going to church, basketball, whatever that it is. Just have an outlet for that. Know that it's okay to not be okay, and it doesn't make you a weak person to have to ask for help. There's so many resources out there to get help with, and I hope that anyone that follows me or knows me, that you can always come to me. I'm never going to tell anybody, I'm never going to judge you, I'm never going to push you to tell me things you don't want to tell me. But even if I've had many people that, they've met me a couple of times, but they'll message me and they'll just be like, Brittany, I'm not okay. And I'm like, what's going on? They'll tell me a little bit, and we'll talk as comfortable as they are with sharing. I'm not going to pry, I'm not going to dig, I'm not going to ask questions. I just want you to tell me whatever it is that you want to tell me. But I'm always telling people, like, be nice to people, strangers, speak to people, say hello. When you're standing in the line, talk to someone. If you can if you can compliment somebody or help someone, especially the less fortunate, do it. Because why would you not? You never know that you saying hello to somebody or speaking to somebody or complimenting somebody, that might save their life. Like, they literally could be at their breaking point, but because you chose to go out of your way and say something to them, and it made them feel important in that moment, you might be the reason why somebody stays around. And how cool is that, to think like you helped save somebody's life just because you were nice? It didn't cost you anything.
I
So,
always say it costs nothing to be kind. I swear, for gosh,
literally.
I say this all the time. I
Yep.
swear to God, I say this. Sorry to goodness. Sorry. I'm sorry, God. I didn't mean to say that. I swear to goodness, I say this all the time because
Yeah.
this is coming from the aspect of someone that's on the autism spectrum.
Hmm.
Every person's like, that's why I say choose kindness. Choose kindness. I mean, yes, kindness is on the fruit of the spirit. But please be kind to
Absolutely.
be human. Just be human, because that's all we ask to do. To be human.
Treat people how you want to be treated. That's as simple as it is.
But fuck, I would say folks ain't ready for that conversation, because
No.
you know what? At the same time, like you said, somebody could be at a breaking point. Like, sometimes I remember hearing something says you are one day away from being a sane person to an insane person.
Hmm.
Like, the fact that if you choose to be kind, you choose to be kind, you choose to love. Like it should not, like these days people feel like it costs so much to show love and support. I'm like, do you know how much it would mean the world for someone like that? Like it would mean everything. But because like hate has such a great hate. When you carry hate, it's like it's such a burden to carry. But
It's heavy.
when you carry with love, it's like you know you carry with yourself with grace. You carry with kindness. You love because that's who you are. Like
Hmm.
I mean,
It
I'm a
takes so
carry
much more energy. It takes so much more energy to be mean than it does to be nice.
that part. Let me get
Like,
my little tambourine for that. Cause hello,
hello.
hey,
Yes.
I was looking for my tambourine. It was right
I
here.
love it.
Shout out to the person that's been watching my podcast. They said, you know what, we're gonna upgrade from your little paper fan to this tambourine. So
I love that. I love the tambourine. I'm a fan.
and I have my little shakers with it too. So,
Love that. Yes.
I was like, I'm here for it. So shout out to
Love
them.
that.
Like makes the podcast more entertaining, but also my
Yeah.
podcast is raw real for how it is. And yes, there will be bloopers at times, but that's what it makes it so raw and real.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So my question for you is, if there was a phrase, a verse, or a word to describe your journey so far, what would it be?
Mm. I think it would really be probably transformation. And which is crazy because that's actually I always like choose a word for the year, and transformation is my word for 2026. And I say that just because I have been so many different people in this life, and I have transformed into so many different people in this life already. Um, and it's always been for the better. A lot of people that knew me when I was in my, depressive state, when they see me now, they're like, you don't even look the same. You look so much better now. You just look happy. You look healthy. And everybody always says that, because I'm a private person, a really private person with my personal life. I don't really share a lot of what's going on, but when I go long times without talking to people and I tell them like everything that I've done, they're just like, Brittany, every time I meet you, you just consistently grow and grow and grow, and you just change and evolve. And that's always been my biggest thing. I never want to stay stagnant. I never want to get too comfortable with where I'm at to not want more. I'm very content with what God has given me, but I never want to settle to not be able to reach my full potential that He has already written for me. So I think that through all the things that I've been through, the dumb decisions that I've made, the crazy things that I've done, everything was for a greater purpose. And I don't think that I would be the person that I am today if I hadn't gone through all of that. So it's to see myself go through these stages and just transform into this beautiful woman who I love, because I used to hate the person that I was. I used to hate myself. I used to not care about myself. I didn't care if I woke up tomorrow. I literally like did not care about myself. So to see me go from that to where I am now and being such a safe place for people, it warms my heart to know that I'm so glad that I never gave up in those moments when I wanted to, because God had such a bigger plan for me. Just like my favorite verse is John 13:7. And it's like, you might not know what I'm doing now, but soon you will. And now I see. That's why I don't question anything that I go through anymore, because I know that at the end of the day, it's for a reason, and I'm going to be happy with it. It's going to be greater than what I ever expected. I mean, we talked about that the other night too, and when we were talking about Proverbs, but it's just amazing to know that if you don't give up, even in your hardest times, it's unimaginable as to what you can obtain and what you can become if you just trust that things will get better. So it's been a journey, but it's been a good one. So I would definitely say that probably transform or transformation, however you want to say it, would probably be how I would describe me, myself, my journey, and where I'm going as well.
No, this. Oh yeah. Yes. I'm
Yes.
I'm here for it, and I love how you put like John 13:7 because that what's interesting. The first time I heard about John 13:7, I know this is gonna sound late bloomer, but I remember when Jalen Hurts talked about that scripture, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that. I was like, it's like you may not understand what I'm doing right now, but in the future you will. Like, whew,
And
yeah.
it just hit, man, because I was like, my gosh, I never knew. Like I said, me and you just talked about that too. And God having a plan for us, and it's always greater than what we could imagine it would be. So it's good. It's good. It's real good.
Man, I used to. It was funny because it's like I was saying, like there's that saying, how you can make God laugh. You just tell him about your plans. He'll just
I'm
laugh
t-
at you.
I'm telling you.
Like I'm like, man, that's It's like, oh, like it's interesting because
So,
it's so interesting because it's like we always have those plans like we want to get married by 25 or 30, and then this, and have kids by this, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, like all the paths you go through is like, man, like now I see why I didn't. I still want to have kids. I mean, I still want to be
hello.
married and have kids,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like looking like the
Absolutely.
path is gonna be a little winding road. But hey, it's like God. It's interesting because I was like, patience has been the biggest factor. I think when it comes to when people say you trust in God's timing, you gotta also trust in patience. You gotta have the most like patience, and boy, oh boy.
You, boy. I'm telling you.
Because the patience is like, it'll be like, man, is it coming yet? I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, is it here yet?
And what's even crazier is you have to have enough faith in him that even if you don't get what you think you should have, there's a reason why you're not, and it's still okay, and you're still going to be okay. And it's exactly designed what it's supposed to be for you. So it's just all like such a testament to just how good he is to us. And the patience thing, I definitely agree with that, because me, that is something I've had to learn as I've gotten older, because my patience was like this, and it was terrible. Like, to look back, and I'm just like, girl, what was you rushing for? Like, why was you rushing? So yeah, patience is a big thing, and I think it's not easy to come by. I think it's something that we have to teach ourselves, but it's great once we can learn it. And it's harder to have in some situations than others.
Mhm.
But then that's when you fall back on your faith and just know that, okay, I don't have it now, but it doesn't mean I won't get it. And if I don't get it, that just means something greater is coming.
Absolutely. Hello.
Yep.
Like, won't he do it? Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
Woo. I just have my little hands. My hands is like kind of shake, like woo. It's like it feels. It's like
Mm-hmm.
like hey. Like
I
I feel it's like yeah, I don't know what it is, but I can feel like the Holy Spirit coming. It's like woo.
love that.
It's like
Yes.
woo. Like
Yes.
I'm here for it. So I always ask my guests this question because Bonafide means authentic and unique. So what makes Miss Brittany Davis Bonafide, and what makes your story stand out?
I think that for me, I am bona fide because God has really created me in such a short time as well into someone that I never saw myself as. And it's like the woman that I'm becoming and the woman that I've been working to become, it's like I'm watching myself out of his eyes. Like, now I know, like, I'm on my purpose with my business, with the Bible study that I recently started, with just the community that I have, with how great my daughter is doing in school and just in life in general, the relationship with my family, just everything. is just, it's great even when it's not. I'm not saying that life is grand, because I still go through my struggles and everything, but I think that he has just made me into this new person, and I just feel blessed to even be able to experience that. Um, I forgot the second part of the question. What was the second part of the question?
It's all good. What makes your story stands out?
I think that the reason why my story stands out is the fact that having a child at 19 and being so young and not knowing what I was doing, and pretty much raising her on my own, uh, and going through depression and going literally losing everything. I was living without power for a while. I was almost homeless. I was in um, domestic violence relationships. I was a lot of things. And just to know that God never took his hand off of me, even though I walked away from him many times and was out here living this crazy, sinful life. It's such a beautiful thing to know that he never let go of me. And everything that I went through led me to who I am today. And I think my testimony is you don't have to look like what you've been through. It's never too late to do anything. You can't Don't ever give up on yourself in a hard time, because it will pass. And always be grateful for what you have, because you eh, there's people out there praying.
Oh, oh, we got a technical difficulty. Oh, it was going so good. It was getting so good. We have a technical difficulty, y'all. It was going so good, y'all. I promise y'all, it was going so good. Yeah. Oh, it was going so good. I can't see you or hear you. We be right back. We still locked in for this episode, y'all. We still locked in, but thank you guys for tuning in so far, y'all. There
I'm
he is.
I'm sorry. Somebody called. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I was like, I was wondering, I was like, did somebody call in the middle of something so great?
So literally, somebody called.
It, this is what made I was like, this is what makes my podcast raw real. Bloopers like this. I'm here
I'm
for it.
sorry.
Oh
And
no, you
I,
good.
I'm like, ignore, ignore. And then it wouldn't let me come back in. But
It's all good. But you said to never give up, never look like what you've been through. And what
mhm.
was the other ones that you were saying?
And just to never give up on yourself, and to know that even when to be content with who you are, because there's people praying right now to have the same problems that you have. So be grateful that you can get up in the morning by yourself and brush your teeth and have eyes to see yourself and ears to hear and a mouth to talk and arms to move, lungs to breathe. I mean, just anything. You really, I feel like if we slow down sometimes and really look around at how blessed that we are to have just the things that we think that we should have, it just makes you so much more appreciative. Because I was guilty of that for a long time, of always complaining about what I don't have and always wanting more and never being content. And I want this and I want that. And in the moment that I stop doing that, it just makes me, I'm in such a peaceful place and such a happy place. So I'm excited to see what God's going to continue to do through me, and I'm excited just to see where we go from here.
Woo! Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta get my tambourine with this. Yeah! And my little shakers.
Double
I mean,
down. Huh?
yes, at the same damn time as Future.
Yes.
I knew I was like, oh, she does like Future. It's funny because I was listening to some Future, so I was like, Miss Brittany, what you know about Future? Then I was like, you know what? I'm a hush real quickly because I was like, you know what?
Future, that's, if anybody knows me, Future, they know Future he is my favorite rapper. Has been for years. up and down. That's my guy right there.
The album that he had that would turn into a 3D album, the one that was end up being the 3D album he had.
Mhm. Mhm.
The, when I tell you when he man when he
Yeah,
had that when he had
I'm a
Never End with him and Kelly Rowland, I was like, yes.
I'm an old Future fan for sure. I mean, I like his new music too, but I'm definitely more of an old Future fan. Itchin' is always gonna be top five for me, always. Married to the Game. I mean, I could go on and on and on. News or something. That's a whole conversation in itself.
I mean that I was like, I don't know another mixtape that had a drink that included called Dirty Sprite. And I'm like, like Dirty Sprite is a mixtape.
hmm
Like,
Yeah, he's done a lot for the hip hop game, and I think that people think that I just like him because of who he is, but he's more. It's more than just his music. It's him as an artist in general. It's everything that he's brought to the rap game, the hip hop game, the R&B game. I mean, a lot of people don't know that he wrote songs for Sierra and all of that. Like he's such a good writer. He's such a good rapper. He's so good at um changing his flow. He goes from Future Hendrix to Pluto. He's got so many names and so many different projects. And Future Hendrix is definitely my favorite. The R&B Future. That's my the We Still Don't Trust You. The second album, I still run that. I mean, it's one of my favorite projects. So yeah, that's my guy right there.
I'm here for it. Shoot. Hey, Future, if you into juice, hit her up for the
I'm
juice.
telling you, I can get you right now. Get you right.
So, Miss Brittany, can you let the folks know how where they can support you and find you, follow you, and everything coming up?
So my Instagram is _B_Nicole 21. My juice page is The Good Garden with two E's. Women, if you are interested in joining an all women's Bible study, God has blessed me with, I think we're up to about 44 women. We are doing those starting February 5th. They are going to be via Zoom. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. I will be sending out readings and information on that. If you can't attend every one, that is fine. That is called The Grace Circle. So you can follow that on Instagram as well for all updates. And we would love to have you. Yeah, follow me on all those pages because we got a lot of good stuff coming up. So I'm excited.
And if y'all are in the Winston area too, if y'all love the hoops too, I mean, she gonna be at the Winston Wolfpack Hoops. Get y'all juices there
I
too.
will be there. I will be there. Okay, we'll be there. I'll be popping up at the league too when they start in March. I'm gonna be all up and around where everybody I can get at is there. I'm gonna be there. So
It's like if everybody need their juices, this is the juice lady. Y'all better
yeah,
get
you
your
can
juice.
pre-order it. You don't even got to do events. I will be relaunching my website again. It's still up, but I will be opening it back up in February. So, all juices are done pre-orders unless I'm doing events. So you would just go on there and you click what you want. It has the pickup information, and I'll have them ready for you, and I'll contact you, and we can talk about packages and pricing, and I'm here to make whatever work for everybody. So, yeah.
Y'all heard it from the queen here first. Y'all be sure to follow Miss Brittany Davis
Yes.
at _B_ Nicole 21 and then underscore the with two E's Good Garden on Instagram.
Mhm. Yeah.
And like I said, if y'all in the Winston area, y'all love the hoops, be sure to check out the Winston Wolf Packs. She will be there. And Bleak
Mhm.
NC, she will be there for your juices. So be sure
Mhm.
to follow the queen herself. So shout out to all the folks that have tuned in for Bonafide Her Podcast episode 10. Be sure to check out the live replay of Bonafide Her Podcast episode 210 featuring Miss Brittany Davis. And big shout out to Miss Brittany for coming on the podcast to share your story. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.